Good evening. So I did a bunch of filming today. Got a bunch of time lapses, walking on the camera a lot, and was gonna do this nice, normal good vlog video today. And then I turned on Netflix and watched all of Iron Fist. Yes, I watched the entire show in one day, and I decided that I would do a review. I watched a fair amount of reviews the last couple days. I guess Netflix sent out the first six episodes to let a press, and it got a pretty bum rap. Justifiable bum rap, but a bum rap nonetheless, based on the first six episodes. Let's start off right here. This is me spoiler free. And if I do add any spoilers, I will write a big I lie to be this and write spoilers, spoilers, spoilers all over the description so you guys won't watch it on accident. But I'm going to try to be spoiler free with this. There are some issues with the show, and a lot of the reviews touch on them. I'm not going to go into the racial issues. I'm kind of the opinion like the character was white to begin with, and that's the history you're dealing with. I think to change it around, could have worked, but it also I think the character, um, I think being true to the character isn't necessarily a bad thing. Um, and he does come across as a bit of a tool, so it kind of helps that you can add that onto the pile. But yeah, but there were a lot of issues that a lot of people brought up on, and a lot of it was the pacing too. The first four episodes were quite slow. I caught the Batman or Fat Man on Batman about this, and they kind of brought up the same thing, which is just about episode 5 and 6 started to pick up pace a little bit, but there's a lot of boardroom intrigue, and you're like, what? Why is this here? And it is most definitely the weakest of all the Netflix Marvel shows. That being said, it did get better, but there's still a lot of issues. Now I'm not 100% sure this is all uh, can be piled upon the main guy's shoulders. Finn, I can't remember his last name or his name, but um, uh, uh, but there's it's one of those things where I'm not really sure if it's necessarily the writing of his character or his portrayal or the direction of his character, but he's kind of it's a little off. He's a little weak. There's also brought up a lot about the fight choreography. Now, the majority of the Marvel shows have done really, really well. The Daredevil fight scenes are, I mean, they're classics already. The way the powers of Luke Cage and Jessica Jones were portrayed were great, and the way they choreographed their fight scenes really fed into that. Um, I mean, heck, the way the Punisher was done was fantastic. Watching Danny Rand, who's supposed to be the greatest kung fu living weapon ever, you don't get that impression watching the fight scenes. Like, there's no like. I mean, there should be some tension, but there's a lot of stuff where you're going, well, he's fighting some lower level guys and he's getting smacked around a lot. It's if you watch like Enter the Dragon, Bruce isn't getting tagged left and right until he fights the end. But there's a lot of that where you're watching going like, man, they should have brought that up a little more tension, made him feel more proficient. The other thing is it's also pretty slow. The punches are slow. They could have ramped it up with the film, so it looked like he was throwing fast punches. Instead, it looks like a couple people who didn't really rehearse their fight scenes. Um, One of the reviews I saw brought up John Wick, and in the world where John Wick exists, and I'm quoting somebody else here, so this is not my sentence here. There's no excuse for having weak fight scenes. I understand, they've got a production schedule, and it's 12 hours or whatever it is, or 12 episodes. I don't know how long the episodes are, but like that's a lot of media to fill, and that's a lot of fight scenes to choreograph. But you could take those actors and put them in a boot camp for a while. You look at what Keanu Reeves did and you see the behind the scenes stuff, the amount of work he put into John Wick, and also the amount of work he put, like back to Matrix. If you remember, like watching the kung fu scenes in the Matrix, they came along great. The fight scenes felt like you're watching like a kung fu master, at least by our Western public perceptions of what that should be. Um, there's a calmness to it. There's a flow to the punches, to the blocks, and it's very well thought out. Um, and if you watch, John Wick, where it's a little more chaotic, but it's very very fast. It feels deliberate. Um, it feels like everybody involved in those scenes are at the top of their game, character wise. Like like you're looking at people who are top of the line assassins, and so when they're throwing a punch or something at somebody, um, they mean it, and they're really going to nail somebody and tag them, and they could easily kill this person, and that's why all the scenes come across so well. Watching the fight scenes in Iron Fist, you don't really get that impression for the most part. There's some that they ramp up some intensity and it's a little bit better, but there's a lot of it you're like, man, it's I'm not feeling that tension here. I'm feeling like I'm watching the pro am guys. You know, the fight scenes in Daredevil, he gets his ass kicked a lot, but also he kicks a lot of ass, and you're watching him watching these scenes, and there's a confidence in his character when he's fighting. And you don't see that in the fights in Iron Fist. You don't say, he talks about how there's no, it's not confidence. It's just there's no room for doubt and fear. You have to be to be the Iron Fist, and that doesn't come across when he's fighting. I think probably a good chunk of that is the acting, but I also think it's just the prep work. I really don't feel like these guys put in a lot of time. Now, the actress who played Colleen Wing, I probably should have looked the names up before I started this, but she was really good, and she felt a lot more believable in her fights. But I still get the feeling that overall, whoever did the fight choreography on this show, if they were involved in their Netflix shows, maybe they're tired and on vacation, or they just didn't have the time to put in, with the actors to really get them up to speed to make it believable that they are these badasses. Combined with I think it's he just don't seem that buff either. Like you're looking at him going like, really, like, I'm not sensing this guy as a massive ass kicker. For what it's worth. All that being said, the show did get better. I didn't feel like I wasted my day watching this, although I'm sure I probably did because it was an entire day watching television. But it did get better overall. The characters got a little better, the acting got a little better, the directing got a little better, the pacing got better as the show went on. The villains felt a little weak this time around. I don't necessarily need to go, too far into who's who in this, because I want to keep it, so it's spoiler free. But it was all right. It's not a massive failure. I mean, everybody who's been reviewing this has been saying this is like it's Marvel's big first failure. It's not a failure. It's just not great. I think one of the problems that we've run into with Marvel, especially Netflix, is they've had 3 shows that hit it out of the park. Season 2 Daredevil's amazing. Well, season 1's amazing. I mean, Jessica Jones is my favorite show they've done so far. Luke Cage, I thought it had a few problems, but overall I really liked it, and I thought the actor who played him is spectacular. All the actors in Luke Cage are great, actually, but it's just a thing of like their standards are so high on the Netflix front for the Marvel shows that it's gonna be possible to hit every show that well. I'm hoping that they manage to get the character stuff sorted out more by the time the Defenders gets going, and especially having Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones in that show, that they really spend more time in the fight choreography and to really make it more believable, and give the actor playing Danny Rand a little more time to train. This guy needs to be believable as like the kung fu master badass, and he's just not in the show. I'm not offended by that. Some reviewers were, highly offended that this guy's not the most amazing badass on the planet. But I really think it's just I don't think they put the prep time into it. But that being said, it's not the end of the world. There's been a lot of shows on Netflix I've watched where like, ooh, these are just, it's not good. I don't think they're. I think they take a lot of chances, and sometimes they do really well. Sometimes they miss. This show isn't a miss. It's not going to be a 1-star show. It's going to be a 3.5-star, 3.5-star show. Well, I think the rest of the ones are 4.5, 5. I'm trying to think of a movie equivalent in the series, and maybe Thor: Dark World. Maybe it's. I think a lot of the Marvel films get I think we give a lot of the Marvel properties in general get like a lot of a pass because we're all so excited to see the characters we love on television or on the movie screen, and really aside from Winter Soldier, Winter Soldier. I can't think of a Marvel film that was actually Winter Soldier and Guardians of the Galaxy. Sorry, pretty much all the Marvel movies are good. They're not phenomenal. Those two are really really damn good. But most of them are like, it's a elevated popcorn fare. To me, a lot of the Netflix shows were in that really, really good category. And this one is, it's popcorn fare. It's not a bad thing, though. Sometimes you got to have a little bit of popcorn fare. I guess they're filming Defenders right now. I really hope they do... an extra Jessica Jones season 2 at some point, and maybe another Luke Cage, and I can't wait for the Punisher. I hope the Punisher's Defenders because that character was so well done. But anyways, that was my little mini review of the show. You guys, don't lose heart. It wasn't the end of the world. No, Netflix still did a good job. You just gotta suck it through the first 4 episodes, really. Got so many boardroom scenes. Seriously, why are there boardroom scenes in a kung fu film? Why? So if you can get past that, you'll enjoy it. And there's more to come. I guess the Defenders will be out soon enough, and we'll be able to remember this as being like, oh, it was a little fond memory, and don't watch it again. All right, catch you guys tomorrow.